Welcome here, Speak Up Monday. We're here back in the garden, Tropical Nomad, episode number 482. Now, what this is about tonight, Tam, please come and sit here. Yes, in the front. What this episode is about tonight is about Grow Well in Bali 2026. So, for those of you who've been tuning in, Health Hub Bali, it is the first Monday of every month. This is episode number 41 from memory. Now, we've just had a wonderful event here in Bali, wonderful expo, and the expo was called Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo 2025. Now we have tonight one of the co-founders of that event, Diah, who I'm going to introduce in a minute. So tonight really is about what is or should be incredibly important for all of us: health, wellness, and beauty. So let me say a few words about our sister Diah. Give me 1 second, because you know what I'm like. So Diah Permana Tirtawati, co-founder of Melali Mice, and we'll get into what Melali is in a minute. Tourism professional with 20 plus years of experience in mice and international tourism, dedicated to advancing sustainable tourism in Bali. She holds a diploma in tourism travel from Salzburg, Austria, a bachelor's/MBA in management and marketing, which is from TU Berlin, Germany, and a doctorate in tourism from right here in Usadha University, Bali, with a focus on sustainable post-pandemic conference management, and as a co-founder of PT Melali Mice and PT Melali Bali, she has led numerous national and international events and built strong global partnerships. So please, another round of applause for our sister Diah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rob.
Welcome. And my name is Robert Ian Bonnick, as you know, co-founder of PT Career Life Group. We have 3 award-winning initiatives which are under our umbrella. One is Speak Up Monday, Destination Indonesia, which is what you're looking at tonight. Another one is RIB and Associates, which is a growth and integration strategist here in Bali/Indonesia at large. And the final one is called Tourism Architect, and that's about how do we create legacy co-creatively with Bali. So we can start for tonight. So maybe the first question, Diah, I know you've come prepared, is, you know, outside of that introduction that I just did, you know, if I asked you, you know, and I know you're born here in Bali, but kind of what brought you into the mice space? Was it like a calling from very early? Was it something that came to you late? Because again, you know, mice is powerful. You know, bringing large amounts of people together in a space to create some positive, outstanding impacts. So yeah, so what inspired and attracted you first?
Okay, it's a very interesting question, Rob. I actually studied in Europe for 11 years. When I came back from Berlin, Germany, back to 2001, I was working actually for my family business, where my father started with some hotels and travel agencies and so. And after 7 years working with my brothers and sisters together, I saw that there were so many conferences held in Bali, but most of the organizers came from Jakarta or from overseas. And I said to myself, oh, what a pity, because actually we Balinese could do the same thing too. I mean, we have to learn, we have to start to understand what is MICE about. And then, together with my husband and Ketut, our partner, 3 of us, we built up PT Melali Mice and started to, join in biddings procedure from our government, mostly ministries in Jakarta, and then try to grab, opportunities to run or organize events in Bali, especially for conferences, meetings, incentive travels, and exhibitions. So it started in 2006, and now we are already almost 2 decades in this business, and Melali Mice is one of the best in Indonesia and accepted as the 3 biggest mice nationally. we are very happy that we could, organize MICE, both national and international level. Mostly conferences, not only held in Bali, but also in Jakarta and other cities in Indonesia, and also abroad, like Singapore, Australia, Dubai. We organizing mostly conferences held by or initiated by our government of Indonesia.
Got it. We just had a wonderful event, this expo held in the Meru. What a wonderful building! What a wonderful convention center as well.
Yeah.
And so Health Hub Bali, which a few words over here. So Health Hub Bali, connecting you to better health. This health tourism initiative for over a decade has been at the forefront of Bali health tourism and supported significant numbers of people, from patients, practitioners, hospitals, government institutions, and continues to develop innovative health programs and making progress in developing the network of excellence. So Tracy can't be here tonight. Now, Health Hub Bali were a strategic partner in this recent expo. Just out of interest, how do you feel about what Health Hub Bali contributed to the event?
Yeah, we knew Tracy and also Anastasio about a year ago. Actually, they have planned to make a conference in medical or biohacking, things. And at that time, I have seen already the, opportunity to work with them together. We are organizer, but we don't know a lot about, wellness itself, because it related to medical health and many other things. But we are quite sure that in terms of organizing an event, an expo, we can do it well. But the content itself, it has to be, impactful. And that's why we realized that we cannot work alone. So there I saw the potential of working together with them, with Health Hub Bali, would help us a lot. And it became a reality because we realized that, this collaboration is really needed in doing that, because we cannot go alone. Because if you are putting all the energies from many sides of people, you can do an impactful event. But otherwise, you have to work very hard and very long to get this, result as what we have done together.
And look, we're going to get onto tonight's topic very soon, but one of the things which I really, Indonesia, this wonderful nation, 700 plus cultures, 500 plus languages, 17,000 plus islands, the average age of under 30, a young nation on the rise. And one of the principles that I love, gotong royong, this understanding of the community coming together to solve a challenge faced by the community. Yeah. So when you mention, Health Hub Bali, the other strategic partners, the core members, Anastasia, myself, Tracy, Daniele, and all the other partners, what I saw when I attended, and we're on stage having this interview with Dr. Patrajaya from Bali Medical Tourism Association as well, is that's what I love about Bali, is that it really does feel and appear that people want to come together, they want to collaborate, they want to do things in harmony with Bali. And I think this whole point about what Tracy was saying is about how to put the Bali back into Bali. Yes. And so what do you find, being that you were born in Bali as well, do you find this gotong royong extends quite deeply here in the events that you've done over the years?
Oh yes, certainly. Actually, this is the collaborative and synergy, way of thinking. And this is actually the base of how we created this expo. And from since the beginning, I realized that we cannot do it alone. We have to go, work hand in hand with all stakeholders involved in this wellness and beauty business. And yeah, we have approached our Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Health, etc. But unfortunately, this year they are on, very high efficiency, so they could not support us in terms of financial. Yeah, so that means we really had to work very hard to finance it ourselves, and facing the fact that also the exhibitors, potential exhibitors, they were very willing to join, but they have limited sources. So that's why for the first time we said, okay, this is a great investment that we have done, but I think the result was quite good. And again, this gotong royong mind, this is the mindset of working together, collaboration and synergy is the most important thing that we put on this expo.
Love that. So let's get into some good catch of these questions. So the first question, some key takeaways, from the Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo 2025 before we get to 2026. So, where wellness becomes beauty. So now the purpose of this expo, so what was the key purpose for this expo, and what plans are going to be rolled out, do you think, for 2026?
Yeah, the words "where wellness becomes beauty" is actually celebrating Bali's deep-rooted healing tradition, natural beauty, and involving wellness ecosystem. And the expo positioned Bali as a world-class destination where inner wellness radiates outwards. So, the backgrounds why. Why Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo was organized is an initiative to support the development of high quality and sustainable tourism in Bali. So this is our dream, because we have many problems. Bali faced many problems, like this garbage problem, and then traffic. Everywhere is traffic congestion, and then also some attitude of tourists who are not really respectful to Bali's tradition and culture. And that is why we think that through wellness we would like to pick up or take Bali as a wellness destination, put it there, because we actually have already the basic for that. Bali has been chosen as the best spa destination of the world in 2009, and it was a very good base to develop it. We have never sounded clearly that Bali is a wellness destination, and I think it is about the time. And along with the same focus of our tourism ministry, they are not only focusing their strategy in gastronomy and marine tourism, but this year will be also a wellness tourism become their focus. And this is also at the same time a celebration of the Global Wellness Day, which is celebrated, or it falls every second Saturday every June. And that's why we also would like to celebrate this together with everyone, interested in wellness. So this is actually why we make this expo in the month of June, and also, for Bali, I think this is a step that we can select a better quality of tourists coming to us.
I noticed as well, for those who went, you'd notice, for those who didn't, come next year, right? I noticed that, so, you had an ecotourism day.
Yeah.
A day devoted to ecotourism, a day devoted to wellness, and a day devoted to beauty.
Yeah.
Now, the ecotourism, maybe you can explain a little bit more about that, of, why it was involved and why you feel that's important.
Yeah, ecotourism, because we are very concerned about the environment of Bali, like the problem I mentioned before, like trash, etc. it is ruining our ecosystem, right? Our environment. And I think through this wellness, we have to focus on the what you call it ecology as well, because by doing so, we minimize the stress. For example, by use as less plastic as possible, and doing the decoration, for example, with eco-friendly decoration. We really selected, and if you have seen how we built up our expo, it was really using eco-friendly eco-friendly materials. And we have also minimize the use of plastics. We are not using name tag. Not everyone got it, and even wristband. We really put all digitally with QR code and so on. And we put on LEDs everywhere instead of printing materials. And this is our commitment for our sustainability. Yeah.
Love that. So just so you know, people in the audience here, so you'll have an opportunity in about 10 minutes, I guess, to answer questions or ask questions. So if you do have a question, feel free just to raise your hand. When the mic comes, remember they're quite, not down here, a little bit closer, all right? Something like that. So look, next question for you, my dear, is... So HHB initiatives for putting the Bali back into Bali, supporting the villages and local programs. Yeah. So is there anything that comes up for you in that area?
Yeah. So HHB, Health Hub of Bali, but the HHB for me is the health, healing and beauty.
Oh, I love that. And so I should take note. Health, healing and beauty. No more health of Bali. Sorry, Tracy. Health of Bali.
No, it is, but this is only, So why that? So we would like to strengthening the health and wellness special economic zone in Sanur, because it is becoming a quite new, area, and we would like to support that. And developing integrated care packages combining preventive health, rejuvenation, and Balinese healing. Why Balinese healing? Because we would like also to promote this, traditional Balinese healing, method that can be, because it is using, what do you call it? This is very natural ingredients. It is calming you down without affecting so much of your health. Because it is a natural remedies. And then attracting international medical wellness travelers through strategic alliances. This is also what we aim to happen in Bali with HSP together. Wonderful.
And then the next episode will be Dr. Patra Jaya, who's the chairman of Bali Medical Tourism Association, another wonderful man. So we'll go deeper into some of those journeys with him. But again, going back to this Gotong Royong, why is it important that people like Dr. Patra Jaya, you have obviously tourism at the national level, and as you mentioned, the special economic zone of Sanur, and then Usadha, this natural Balinese wellness and way of healing, which is, again, minimalist with its impact on the environment, and it comes from nature, right? So where do you think are the critical pieces to ensure that works together in harmony? What would you say that they are?
Well, I think we do have some, what we call it, challenges. Like aligning the vision among industry players, association, communities, and government.
Changu has spoken.
Everywhere, motorbikes, Yeah, the coordination is needed. And then secondly is, we do have limited budget to do that. So everyone involved has to do as much as possible to, make it happen. Yeah, this is quite a challenge. And then we do need also international, what they call it, attention, right? If we are doing it in Bali, so the international people will see it, and then we will get this attention. And this is needed because this is, so to say, the market of Bali. If we can do it here, and if Bali has this, what you call this, the attractions, the taksu, if you feel it, the energy is incomparable to other places in Bali. And I think this is what we have, and this is what they call this, this is the basic things that is unseen, but you can only feel it. What do you think? Is that true?
I agree. So now it's like the audience. What you want me to speak? Okay, quick raise of hands. So this taksu, this energy that Bali has, right? How many of you feel it? Raise your hand. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Good. Great. All right. Great to know.
Okay. This is good, Diah. Yeah. This is good. One of the other things as well, which I think is really important and insightful for people, which are knowing this audience, I think most of you know it, but if you don't, it's okay. So Tri Hita Karana. If you know what that means, raise your hand. Tri Hita Karana. Great, cool. So Diah, you get a chance to explain. So listen very carefully. So this is another one. We mentioned Gotong Royong, which is Indonesia at large, right? Trihita Karana is a Balinese philosophy principle, which is beautiful, right? I think it's, I personally identify very strongly with it, as I think you will too. But Diah, give you a chance to explain Trihita Karana to everyone here.
Yeah, Trihita Karana. Tri is three, and then Hita Karana is actually the relationship between you and your God, you with another human beings, and you with the environment or your universe. Yeah. So this is the relation that you cannot neglect. You have to respect each of it. And to keep the balance between the relationship between you and your God, you and your other human beings, and with the universe or the environment, that makes you someone who is, who cares about your life, and then you feel balanced about it, about your life. This is the relationship, actually. Yeah.
There was a fellow. Anyone here remember a guy called Janur Yasa, Plastic Exchange Bali? Anyone? A few. One. Right. So Janur Yasa, Balinese, obviously. Janur, during COVID, created Plastic Exchange Bali. Plastic Exchange Bali was a way for the following. So Bali was struggling because tourism had been seriously impacted by COVID, like many places in the world. I think about 70 to 80% Bali at that time relied upon tourism. So it was a big missing aspect of Bali. So what he did is that he said, people subsist on rice. So let's find a way to support that. So he encouraged people to come to the center of the local village with their plastic, right? And what he did is he said, okay, if you give us, a kilo of plastic, we'll give you a kilo of rice in return. So very simple concept. And it worked really well because then he grew to a couple of hundred banjars. So at its height, plastic exchange was very well adopted within Bali's, Banjars, Kapadesa, and so on. And as a result of that, he won CNN Heroes. So CNN, is in the big broadcasting global authority, run a competition of sorts where they go around and they try to choose someone who's having a strong impact on the environment. They invite them to the US and they award them a gift and some money as well to go back to their respective foundation, charity, and so on. So Janur, with Trihita Karana, he said to me this, for Western people like me, you know, he said, look, imagine it like this. So if you have a business, a project, or an initiative, what is its impact on, number one, think of a triangle, human to God? How does it impact culture, customs, traditions, and religion here in Bali? And then number two, how does your project, business, initiative impact human to the environment? Regenerative systems, policies, practices, this area. And then number three, how does it impact human to human prosperity? You know, how does it generate and how does it share that amongst the community? And you may not be 10 out of 10 in each area as a business, but you can improve, right? Yeah. So if you're number 3 from human to God, what do you need to do to make a number 4? If you're 6 on a human to the environment, what do you do to make a 7? And if you're 3 on a human to human, what do you do to make it a 4? And I think for a lot of Western people, when I explain that to them, because obviously what you're explaining is a deeper significance of it, of self, but it applies to almost everything. So again, one of the things which I love about Bali and Indonesia at large are these sorts of principles which people can live by and take into their own lives and have immediate impact. Because again, as you mentioned, in a human's health, right? Trihita Karana applies again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is inside. Health and well-being, this is inside you. And only by keeping the wellness in yourself, you can, do the Trihita Karana. First, it starts with you, yourself. This is in you. I believe in that. Yeah. What do you think, Rob?
I believe in it. I believe in it, sister. Mamma mia. Okay, so we've got a few more questions and then we're going to go to the audience. So one more question and we'll go to the audience. So, okay, establishing the science behind Usadha protocols for wellness. What comes up for you there, Diah?
Yeah, I actually do not know Usadha that much. I'm not into it, but I believe I was born in Bali and I grew up with that. Any remedies at home from my grandmother, from my mother, from the family, that is actually Usadha. And we have to, prevent it. And we have to elaborate, and this is what actually the government of Bali is doing. To keep it grow, they make a kind of regulation that Usadha will go also to the system of medical system, like in hospitals, etc. They are now not using chemical medication, but also using the Balinese remedies or Balinese Usadha to, heal the person, the sick person. So this is a kind of beautiful combination, I guess, because more and more people are seeking for, natural remedies, and I think it's just beautiful because the universe or our, land have given us so much, and this is natural. It doesn't harm you, rather than the medical or chemical medication, what we now know from the modern medication. So,
thank you. So, question time. Guzman, have you got the third mic ready? So, for those of you just tuning in, you're watching, Speak Up Monday. So, as you know, the first Monday of every month. We have one question over here, by the way. Yeah. Was that a question?
No.
She was saying hi. Hey, around here, if you say hi, it means a question. But Dr. Charmel's here. So if you're just tuning in, so you're watching SpeakuP Monday. As I mentioned, the first Monday of every month is about health. It's this wonderful collaboration with Health Hub Bali. One of the core members is Anastasio and Daniele and Tracy, the founder, not here tonight. Now, we're talking about Grow Well in Bali. So we have here as a wonderful guest, the co-founder of their Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo 2025 that just took place here in Bali at the Meru. Wonderful venue. And Diah, Permana, Tirtawati. I think I got it right. Was that good?
Great.
That was good. Yes. Nailed it. Yes. Episode done. We're finished here. So we have Diah here, co-founder as well of the Melali group. Melali Mice. Get that run right. So we have a question. Dr. Charmel, over to you.
So you mentioned, can you hear me? You mentioned about the 2026 wellness becoming beauty, where wellness becomes beauty, and you said inner wellness radiating outward. Can you give me an example of what you mean by that, inner wellness radiating outward, and how you plan to incorporate that in the 2026 efforts? And then also you mentioned a better quality of tourist, an example of what a better quality tourist looks like for you.
Yeah. Okay, first, why wellness becomes beauty? Because, I think if you are healthy, if you are fit, and you feel well, then automatically you feel happy, right? And this will radiate outward. So you will see a person in a wellness stand are glowing. They seems to be bright and happy and smile, and they are ready to face the world. Any kind of problem can be absorbed and solved. This is what I imagine. And then why wellness becomes beauty in 2026? Because we would like to encourage people to take care of their health, their happiness, their well-being, their fitness. We have to start with ourselves. And then this business is actually quite big. Why I say business? Because it is related to what we are seeking. Like if you want to do, for example, wellness for yourself, sometimes people do not know how to start with himself, but they are rather seeking for a group, like maybe a yoga center or meditation center or whatever, that makes you feel like I rather do it in a group, and I will feel better, because we are social. Human is a social being, right? We love to together with other people, and then we interact, and we feel this energy is given to us, and by doing this together with the others, you just feel like it is lighter to do so. It is not too heavy when you are doing, rather than you are doing it yourself. And we would like to create this event as a yearly event, and use it as a platform where the wellness and the beauty and health industries gather and exchange our knowledge, exchange our experience, and encourage people to take care of their own wellness. And why I said we are seeking a better tourist quality, because if you do wellness, if people are concerned about their health, actually they have done with their basic needs. They are not thinking of what I'm going to eat tomorrow, what do I earn for my tomorrow's life. Normally they have enough in their pocket. That's why they can do wellness. And that means, a better quality of tourists coming, if we really can put Bali as the wellness destination in the world. So I hope this answers your question.
It does.
Dr.
Thank
Sharma.
you.
All right. Any other question or follow-up? to that. I know you have a follow-up, but by the way, because when I look at Dr. Shamel, who I love, dear person, you know when you know someone's got more, but they're being polite, they don't want to hog the mic or something? Come on, my darling, it's okay. Yes, do it. Follow up.
I'll just say, so based off of how my understanding of what you're saying is...
sorry, 1 second. Probably Guz, sorry, man, I know you're doing that. But if you can turn up Dr. Shamel's mic when you get a chance, thank you very much, so we can all hear her wonderful question.
Rob likes putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm good? Okay. So just based off of my understanding is that it seems like the quality tourist is someone who already kind of has their wellness under control, or they've already invested, time or resources into their wellness. But if they're looking for more, or they, from a longevity perspective, or then your expos and things that you're going to offer, endeavors that you offer, will help that particular type of tourist who's already cognizant of their wellness. Is that the correct understanding? Or is it someone who is still searching, who doesn't, they are symptomatic, they are, experiencing imbalances in their wellness? Are your endeavors for a person like that as well?
Yes, definitely. Because as said, Bali has actually so many products and services to offer to the world. Yeah, we are known as the best spa destination of the world. We do have sporadically, unfortunately, yet still, health and well-being retreat resorts. Yeah, it is spread out all around Bali, but people do not know it. Yeah, it is already exist, but we do not promote it as such, so people are still seeking for it. So in terms of, if we are searching for, people who are already established in their wellness, yes, of course, because those people always need a place to balance their life, right? To keep their wellness standard as high as they would like to get. And for those who are not in this stand, they are still looking for a balance in their life. So they can start here, because Bali has, as I mentioned before, a lot to offer. It depends on the person, because it is, of course, very subjective. Depends on the person itself. If his wellness is, of course, totally different than my wellness, because each person are seeking for their certain, certain goal, certain expectation. Yeah, something like that.
And what I noticed going for the event is that by splitting it up, we have one day, on ecotourism, another day on wellness, another day on beauty, and then attracting some of the best speakers around, and you'll be a future speaker, I'm sure. It was great because, sitting in that audience, yes, through doing 41 of these, I have more knowledge about health, wellness, and medical. But I love biology, right? So I was the biology guy. But just sitting down and tuning in to each of the different speakers and what they offered, it almost felt that wherever you were on your health journey, there was someone there talking directly to you. And obviously health is individual, and as Tracy keeps reminding Anastasia and I, what Health Hub is about, this integrated model of health, which Bali is, and working with Bali, putting the Bali back into Bali, and going in a way from west to east. So you have the science, and then you move into the east, Usadha and so on. But so I think what I'm trying to say here is that, you or Health Hub really help to curate some really powerful speakers that were able to speak to the health seeker, someone who's looking, right? The preventative health person who's already super fit, and but how can we take it to the next level? And not that I saw many what I would refer to as sick people there, but I think, as you mentioned to me a while ago, you can't tell just by looking at someone whether they're sick or not. But there are also meditative steps that you could take to secure the optimum health for you as well. So this is what I found, attending the wellness day. That's what I saw and what I felt with, from this to yoga, G Das, Russell Simmons and all those guys were there. Obviously Yoga Barn, and Revivo, but so many great speakers and companies in Bali which are doing some incredible things.
Yeah, we have gathered 68 speakers and moderators on this event. And I thank really Tracy for curating it together with me and also our team. So we could, make almost 20 different talk shows and workshops and seminar. And it was great because almost all of the talk shows really got good attention from the public, and they are really eager to learn, to listen to the speakers. And I'm really happy. Maybe this is also one thing that we have to keep, the quality and also the content of the event, so it will be more and more more and more qualified, so to say. Yeah.
In a minute we're going to talk about the future. 2026 coming upon us. Woo! Right? I know you're excited, everybody. Everyone's like, 2026? It's coming. We got a few guys over here who are smiling. They're like, 2026? I want to find out what's happening in 2026 for you. So we'll get to that in a moment. But are there any other questions that people may have? Yes, Mina.
Hi.
So just wait for Guzman to mic you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so at one of the events like this, wellness event, there was information that Indonesian government planning to make Bali as the world's capital for the holistic health. I just wanted to know if you know about anything about this, if it's a real plan, if they're gonna take some steps towards this, and if yes, maybe you can give us more information on this, if it's true.
Hospital, right? So Indonesia in general,
Indonesian government wants to make Bali as their world's capital of holistic health.
Oh,
holistic health.
Yes.
Oh, holistic health.
Okay. I think that is true. I think that is true. I haven't heard it, directly from anyone. I heard it from you, but I think they have been. They have started with it because first the Bali International Hospital has been inaugurated just 2 days before our event. That was on the 25th of June, and I think
it's the first step. And then second, what I made me believe in that is that the focus of our government is the wellness tourism now, and I think this match with each other, and I have to admit that the vibration of Bali, the energy that Bali has, is supporting this vision to make Bali as the holistic, place for Indonesia. I hope it will happen. Maybe not very soon, but we are getting there. We are moving forward for that. Yeah, I think it is true.
What would be interesting, Sister Mina, is so next month, the first Monday of next month, our guest sitting in the chair where you are now, Diah, will be Dr. Patrajaya, Chairman of Bali Medical Tourism Association. So that will be a great time to come back, ask him directly, and see what he has to say about that, being that he's quite close to government and part of it. What we've been discussing over the last a couple of years, I guess, has been this, this holistic or this whole health model, of integrated medical tourism. So therefore, you're bringing wellness, health, and medical tourism together, and to create health journeys for people. So when people come in, they're tested, maybe hard Western, so there's scientific. We know what your baselines are. By the way, I'm not a doctor. It's okay. So Dr. Rob, no doctor in my name. Just again, from the different interviews over the last 3 years or so. So literally, then your baselines are tested, so you know exactly what you have. And then from that point, when it comes to the prognosis, how you treat that, the treatment of that, then you have that choice. You can either follow through with the scientific, of which there are, thanks to Jokowi Sandiaga Uno, who created that special economic zone in Sanur. If you go to the Bali International Hospital now, and we had a few tours there, like, again, I'm not a doctor, so don't look at me like in that way, but the equipment in there looks next level, so amongst some of the most advanced in the world. But I think, as we've kind of said before, medical tourism is just starting in Bali. So then, this integrative model of bringing wellness, health, and medical together is quite unique. Yeah. And Bali can lead the world in that, that whole health model. Yeah.
That's what we hope, yeah. And we are working hard to make it happen, to make it a reality. That's why the collaboration, Health Hub Bali, Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo, and, the government, and some other organizations. So we have to work hand in hand, all stakeholders, government, industries, and the media, the academician. So everyone has to work hard to make it happen. Yeah.
And one other thing which I really enjoyed, now this is going to sound like I'm complimenting Diah too much, but you can't compliment Diah too much. One of the things, again, you mentioned, Melali Mice is one of the best in Indonesia at putting on an event, organizing an event. And I must say that, being a participant and a bit of a contributor as well with Health Hub and strategic partner,
Thank you
get
for
the word out. Yeah, it was beautifully curated and executed. And anyone who kind of comes to that Expo, from around the world, and we had people from around the world there, all over the place. They were really impressed with the level, with the execution, of that event on a global level.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is something that's really exciting to look forward to in terms of the future.
Yeah.
So on that topic, a bit of a segue that worked out somehow. Great segue. The future, right? So and this is a two-pronged question, right? So one would be, how does 2026 look for the Melali Mice from a company standpoint? And then how does 2026 look like for the event that you founded, which is Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo 2026?
Yeah. From Melali perspectives, I guess, that now we have already made our first expo that is initiated by ourselves. So this is our own event, so to say. We feel, first, of course, we are proud. Behind of this, achievement, there was a long hard work. It was a really hard work because after 20 years, almost 20 years of working together, we can say that, okay, we achieved this, this point, and we are happy about it, and we are proud of it, and I'm sure that in the future it can only get better. Yeah, because as long as we learn, as long as we keep ourselves humble, not always satisfied with what we achieve and we are doing, of course we are getting better and better. And then in perspective of Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo, we are actually quite it was unbelievable because the preparation was only 6 months. Only 6 months.
So short.
And we have been promoting this to, to China, to Korea, to Japan. And then we did have some exhibitors from these countries. We had 4 from China, 2 from Korea, and then 2 companies also from Japan as exhibitors. And that was an achievement for us. And when we look into the numbers of the people coming to our expo, the visitors, it was almost 3,000 people within these 3 years. So it was actually our goal, and we have achieved that. So we were very happy with our achievement. And then one thing is also the numbers of companies joining. It was more than 100. It was exactly 107 companies in 80 booths. It was more than what we have expected because as the first event we created, we were actually feeling like, okay, maybe 50 companies, maybe more. If we reach 70, it would be great. And it was over 100 companies. So we were quite proud of our hard work. And then we strongly believe that next year will be a better year. And in fact, that we have 1 year now to prepare. We have 1 year to plan and to promote it heavily. And I think people or exhibitors who didn't realize that, or maybe questioning, will it be a good one? Will it be successful? And now that after they have seen the result, I'm quite sure that they are going to, knock on our door and then we'll say, okay, we are in. I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, a round of applause for that effort. I mean, that's a fantastic result.
Thank you.
Really is. So look, as we begin to come to a close, are there any more questions that people have a burning desire to ask? Feel free. Okay, I think you're looking at me. Is that you're looking for a question look, or is that a question?
The person behind me, or
you?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So it's here's a mic. Just wait for Guzmang just to put it into play.
We're good. Okay. Thank you very. First of all, congratulations. I attended the event. My daughter Sophia and I were in attendance for 2 days. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
How old is your daughter?
She's 12.
Oh.
Yep. And an extremely it was a pivotal moment in my life to see her shine. This is really what she's passionate about, beauty and skincare. As a 12-year young lady, it was amazing. So you provided the platform for me as a parent to see my child shine, and so for that I give you an A+. One of the things, and I did, to your point, you had some Korean vendors. We bought a bunch of stuff from them. It was great. So what are you planning to do in terms of bringing a foreign audience to the Expo for 2026? I would imagine that with the success you've had this year in such a short period of time producing the event, that there is going to be a certain amount of energy placed on, okay, how can we bring in people outside of Bali to make a holiday, to look into maybe an investment opportunity where they can participate in the industry here in Bali, or just come for some medical or holistic tourism. So I'll leave it at that. Again, congratulations. Job well done. Bravo.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah. We are planning to, go internationally again, knocking the doors of our, potential exhibitors outside and also potential visitors by promoting the 2026 Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo, like what we have done, going to China, making some tabletops and do promotional things. And then we went to Tokyo, to Seoul, to Osaka and other cities like Berlin, Doha, Riyadh, New Delhi, Melbourne. So we would like to, intensify this work. So we would like to also make media partners from outside, like we have done now. We have worked together with BAB, or Book and Business in Tokyo, based in Tokyo, and then also with Bellissima, based in Korea, in Seoul. So maybe we are looking for more media partners from abroad to spread out the news that we exist.
I think that's a great idea. Just to give you a little nugget,
Yeah.
I did talk to one of the vendors who was there. He's a distributor for a very expensive Swiss, I won't say the name, you know who I'm talking about, but it's a Swiss skincare line, extremely expensive. I bought 3 products and it was over $1,000 US. His response to where he's based in Jakarta is he's thinking about relocating here to Bali because the marketplace here is starting to pick up and there's a lot of exposure that he is not taking advantage of here in Bali, whereas the market in Jakarta is starting to slack up. So anyways, I think there's something there. People are starting to see Bali. There's a reason that we're all here in the audience participating tonight. And it is a beautiful, beautiful island. So thank you for hosting all of us foreigners in your homeland, allowing us to participate in your traditions.
Thank you so much.
We need your supports, all of you.
Praise the Most High.
So as we begin to wrap up, I'm going to leave you one more question to consider, and then 2 minutes, have a time to think about it. Then we'll hear your answer, and then we'll close after that. Now we will have a photo. So you and I first, then we'll grab that other Anastasia fellow to come and join us, and then everyone will come in, all right, for a photo. So that's what's awaiting you here, if you were wondering, right? So the question that I have, because you mentioned about this year was tough, efficiencies, timing, other opportunity costs for people to do things at a late-ish stage, right? So the question that I have is one of those, if you had a genie, right, in a lamp, and you're rubbing the lamp and the genie comes out and says, "Hey, Sister Diah,
What do you need?"
I grant you one wish, right, for 2026, right, Bali Wellness and Beauty Expo. Like, what would it be, And I'm probably leading you too much now, but in a way it's kind of talking to the challenges, right? Because again, I believe there's always a challenge, there's always a solution. Right? A solution always exists. I love Gotong Royong for this reason, because in this audience just here, we have about 5 or 7 different countries already, different mindsets, ideologies, ways of seeing the world, right? But brilliance as well. I know some of the people here, some I've just met, but brilliance, right? So the answer's out there, but it's about talking to the right people, getting the right advice and all the rest of that. So again, not leading you too much there, dear, but rub that lamp, genie comes out, and what is it that you would like? 2 minutes. In 2 minutes.
Okay.
So she was ready then.
I have 2 minutes to
Did you see that? She had 2 minutes to think. She was like, I want to go right now. I'm ready. Why should I wait? 2 minutes took too long. Now it's 1 minute and 30. So firstly, I just want to thank everyone here who showed up. Remember, Tropical Nomad is open for 24 hours, right? So you don't have to stay for 24 hours, but you can if you wanted to. But I really encourage you. We didn't get a chance earlier on to meet people and find out what people do, but there's always this beautiful coming together of energy and an opportunity. So you're here by no coincidence, right? So take the time to discover who's here, because quite often it's the next person, business partner or collaborator is right here in the audience, right? Magnified by this title. So please take that time. That's number one. Number two, thank you, Brother Guzman here. Round of applause, please, for Guzman. He's by himself. He's doing it. Thank you very much indeed. Now, obviously, to our wonderful guest, Diah, it's been a pleasure to have met you and have some really good conversations that was not restored, because I always had it, right? But remind me of how brilliant humans can be, right? Heartfelt and brilliant humans can be. So thank you. Round of applause for Diah. Even though we're going to do it again in a minute, it's okay. All right. Very welcome. Tracy, Health Hub Bali, not here today, Tracy, but this is a Health Hub Bali made possible with Health Hub. And again, another wonderful person who's been going for 10 years with Health Hub Bali and, bringing things together. And this year is that year, where things are really coming together and where the future's looking very, very bright. And the ability to work to put the Bali back into Bali together, gotong royong, and create some really beautiful outcomes, of which I am happy to say this is one, right? So love you for that. Okay, what else do I have to say? Next week will be, for those of you into AI, we have this event coming up, which will be the largest AI commerce revolution in Bali, maybe even the world. So tomorrow next week, should I say, we have a speaker coming on that will be able to give a little bit more insight into what that looks like. All right, so it could be an interesting episode for you to attend. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. Speak Up Monday, episode 482, Sister Diah. The question was, the magic lamp. Is there anything that, looking at 2026, again, Bali, Wellness, and Beauty Expo 2026, is there anything that you would like to see, any challenge you'd like to be solved in order to really, even improve on this year, next year? What would that be?
You said one word, right? One wish.
One wish. But you know what? You can have two if you want.
My wish is a greater collaboration. Yeah, greater collaboration. Because with that collaboration, we will find great sponsors. With that collaboration, we will get more exhibitors, more qualified exhibitors. With that collaboration, we would get better speakers and moderators. And we will make the event greater by doing collaboration. So that is the only wish that I have.
A round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank
we'll see
you.
you next week. Thank you. That's a beautiful wish.